What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 173 of the Nerds United One podcast. And this is volume 2 of our premiere episode of the new segment, Watch or Pack. Yeah, that's right. That's how much I fucking love this movie right here. I need 2 episodes to share my love of it. And joining me for this one that is a familiar face we have on here. Please welcome back to the show one of our founders. It is Christopher Miller. How's it going, sir?
Hello, guys. Fellow nerds around the world. I know it's been a long time. I've been needing to get back in the groove of things. It's just, but I'm happy to be here. It's just like, it's just I know. I've been away for too long. I'm just eager to get back.
Indeed, and hopefully you stay for a long time. All right, let's not waste any time. You know how this goes. I hope you enjoyed our last episode of it, and let's jump right into it. So, Chris. The floor is yours. Start asking your questions. Let's see if I can convince you to watch this movie. Hit me.
Okay. This movie you chosen is Master Commander: The Far Side of the World. It's like,
yes, it is.
Yes. Okay. First question. What appeals about this movie to you personally? It's like what movies? What movie? Why this movie? Why this particular movie? Why Master Commander appeals to you? What elements stand out to you personally that make you such a fan of this movie?
All right. Well, I sort of answered this the last week, but to give you a quick rundown, not only is it entertaining as hell with an incredible story, memorable characters, and some of the best battle sequences you will ever see in any movie. Mm-hmm. But as someone who loves history and someone who's passionate about it, despite being a work of historical fiction, it is accurate to the time period. Watching this film, you get an amazing sense of what life was like on a warship during the golden age of naval warfare during the Napoleonic Wars. It's almost like someone sent back in time with a high-def camera and almost filmed a documentary in a sense. You get a real accurate picture of what life was like. So that's why I love it so much. It's entertaining and it's accurate.
All right. Yeah. Sounds like you're absolutely. I know you're out, and you're absolutely convinced of that. It's like, okay, you're getting there. I've seen the first few minutes of this movie. I've been to finish it to finish it. Well, perhaps this could get me to be convinced to finish it. But I had 3 more questions. Number 3. You've seen, but first, before my second question. I'm assuming you've seen a lot of Russell Crowe movies. Am I correct?
I've seen 1 or 2, Gladiator among them.
One question. This question: do you consider this to be Russell Crowe's best performance? In the pantheon in the movies that he's made, where do you rank this in terms of in the pantheon movies that Russell Crowe has made? Where do you rank this in terms of this pantheon of anti-performances on film?
It'd be kind of I know it's kind of a cop-out. Gladiator's got to be his finest work, but this isn't far behind. He delivers an incredible performance in this film. And what really helped, aside from the fact that he is a tremendous actor, what really makes this performance so memorable is his chemistry with his co-star Paul Bettany. The friendship displayed between these characters is so genuine and so believable that I'm imagining that this was the first time that Russell and Paul met, but you get the feeling that they've been friends for like 20, God knows how many years, which is true to the book series that this was adapted from. In the books, they focuses on Russell Crowe and Paul Bettany's character, and they have been friends for a very long time, and you really believe that watching those two in this film. That's what helps Russell Crowe's performance shine so much.
I see. I mean, side note for you, they have worked together before, both Russell Crowe and Paul Bettany.
Okay.
Yeah, they worked together in Ron Howard's A Beautiful Mind. So, yeah, they were in.
Oh, I stand corrected then, but it doesn't change the fact that their relationship and really stands out, and it's what makes this one of the many things that makes this movie so strong. So if you're a fan of great character growth and great character interactions, you will adore this movie.
Okay, all right. Awesome. This movie didn't really get a lot of. They didn't get really. It was noticed by the Academy of Motion Sciences, and it was pretty well acclaimed. It got really high notices from critics, but it didn't really gain a lot of notice. It really wasn't promoted as well.
Yeah. Oh no, it didn't, and unfortunately, did not do well at the box office. I know what you mean.
Yeah. Why do you think Why do you think it didn't get a wider notice? Why do you think it didn't gain such a wide audience? Why do you feel? How do you feel about it? Why is it you feel it hasn't gotten wider exposure? It feels unappreciated. You feel it would be more appreciated. Do you feel it'll be more appreciated as time goes on?
I remember, I think it was like the beginning of this year, sometime very recently, someone tweeted Russell Crowe, like this young dumbass just tweeted Russell Crowe saying, you're not that good an actor. I've seen Master and Commander and it's boring slog. This is a terrible movie. What were you thinking doing? And Russell Crowe just said, well, it's a film for intelligent people. And I think, unfortunately, that is a major contributing factor to it. I mean, you think about the world we live in. How is it that we have 9 fucking Spider-Man movies with a 10th on the way, but no sequel to this? It's beyond me. So I think it's just, unfortunately, this did not appeal to casual movie-going audiences because a lot of them are stupid. That's me, though. But I also think it came out at kind of a rough time when it's like a changing of what people wanted to see in films. I think if this movie came out maybe 4 or 5 years earlier, it would have been much bigger. I think so. I think it was a combination of coming out at a bad time and most movie going on just don't want to see it because they just want dumb popcorn movies, and this is not it.
Okay. All right. Tough. It's gonna be a tough question for you. This movie came out in the same year which another seafaring movie came out, which was released, and it was a movie starring a certain actor by the name of Johnny Depp.
Why did that sound so familiar to me?
Yeah.
I think I got. I'm not sure, but you wouldn't be talking about this one, would you? I think it's called Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't really remember too much about this, but I do recall that it came out that year. Yes.
Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm saying. Simple question for you. I feel I might enjoy Pirates of the Caribbean better, but which you think is better, this movie or Pirates of the Caribbean? It's a joke question.
I mean, listen, I absolutely adore Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, every time I watch it, I feel like a third grader again, and that music is just glorious. Every time I hear it, I want to start swinging a sword, going "Yahar!" But I think if you're going to twist my leg, I think Master and Commander is a far superior film. I think the battle sequences are better. I think the characters are more memorable. I think the story's better, and and just the production value of it is just absolutely amazing. So I mean, as like a popcorn flick, I'll put, if I just want to turn off my brain for 2 hours and watch a fun popcorn flick, I'll put on, Pirates of the Caribbean. But that's not a film I would show like a history class if I'm trying to teach them about the age of piracy.
Oh yeah.
But if I wanted to teach a group of people about what life was like in the Napoleonic Wars, this is a movie you can put on.
Yeah, but that was really a joke question. That wasn't really serious. I mean, the serious question to you is: someone or any big, if any big video major studio were say to the company to you saying we're thinking about rebooting Master Commander, it's like how what idea would you have in mind in terms of making a Master Commander film?
Actually, I wouldn't make it a movie. I would actually make it a TV series on like Amazon or Hulu. I think from learning about the book series that this film was adapted from, I think it would work much better as a TV series. Because I don't know. I mean, I haven't read any of the books, unfortunately. I've been looking for them. I'm sure I'll get them at some point because I do want to read them. But I mean, from what I've learned about them, I think it would just work better as a television show. That way, you really get to explore the relationship between the characters, and which was really the strength of the film. And yeah, that's what I would do. Short answer is I wouldn't make it a movie. I'd make it a TV show, put on HBO or Amazon or Hulu or something like that.
Okay, that's a bet. And those are the questions I have for you about Master Commander, dear sir.
All right. So before we wrap this up, there's something that I want to share, and it's something that I wanted to do this in our last episode, but I didn't get a chance. There are a couple quotes that I want to share with you, which try to go to explain why I love this movie so much and why I think it deserves more recognition. So here's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The question of the historical accuracy of Braveheart is always something that makes me laugh. I wasn't looking to describe numbers or facts or to quantify William Wallace. I wanted to capture a spirit or a feeling that I had when movies had changed my life. That was Randall Wallace talking about Braveheart and why he thinks it's not important to be accurate to a film. So historically accurate when making a historical movie. Here's the second one. It's terribly important if you're going to create a period in history, I think, whatever the subject of the film, that you pay respect to history and you get it as close as possible. That quote comes from Peter Weir, the co-writer, producer, and director of Master and Commander. It's quotes like that why I believe personally that films like Braveheart should be cast from our collective conscience and forgotten, while films like Master and Commander should be put on pedestals and praised. And I find it really weird that a film that with a totally made-up plot and character should be more historically accurate and authentic to its time period than a film that professes to be based off a true story. What the fuck? I've heard that a common complaint among a lot of movie-going audiences are when it comes to historical films that it's more important for a film to be entertaining than it is to be historically accurate. And my response to that question, and it should be the response that any person should ask, is it too much to ask for both? This film right here answers that question with a resounding no. It is not too much to ask because it's entertaining as hell and it is historically accurate to its time period. This is a film you can show to any high school or college history class and they will be entertained as hell, but more importantly, they'll get an amazing education from it. So no, it's not impossible to ask for both, and this is proof of it. So that is why you should watch this movie. If nothing else, I hope that alone convinces you.
Two very different viewpoints. What I was going to say, yeah, I'm coming to mind thinking about The Untouchables. As much as I love that movie, I mean, it's not. We can agree that's not really that historically has a few historical inaccuracies.
No, and And I mean, let's quickly talk about another Russell Crowe movie that we mentioned, Gladiator.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely adore that film. It's one of the best movies ever made, in my opinion. I could watch it all day.
Yeah.
But as far as accuracy goes, it's about as accurate as an episode of Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this is not... And yet, my 10th grade history teacher decides to show us Gladiator instead of showing us this. Come on, guys. Really? If you're going to show Hollywood films to a fucking public history class or any class, the least you can do is go out of your way to find ones that accurately tell the story you're trying to teach them. And yes, they're few and far between, but they do exist, and you owe it to yourself to find them and celebrate them.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And with that wraps up part 2 of this. Chris, it was awesome having you back. I hope I persuaded you more to give this film a second watch.
I definitely, I'm with you, Paul. I mean, because I know. It's like, especially, I've been meaning to see this movie, but I think, and plus, it's pretty much the best Star Trek movie that's not a part of the Star Trek franchise. That's what I hear from other people. Okay.
It's kind of a similar plot to Wrath of Khan as far as like basic similarities. The tactics of dueling captains and whatnot. Self-contained story, but it works.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but yeah, it was a good question. I'm sure to check out this movie in the future. I do really want to check this out.
Outstanding. All right, guys. So that is going to wrap up episode 173. Thank you so very much for watching, and I hope you will join me in wishing Chris it was great having you back, and I hope to see you for many more episodes.
Of course, of course.
All right, guys. So we'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one. Bye-bye.